Hi, today we're talking about something that doesn't get the views it deserves, but absolutely keeps you in the workshop for the long run. Health and safety and working with wood. Whether you're a seasoned craftsperson or a weekend DIYer, these basics matter, and they matter because the risks are real, but the solutions, well, they're pretty simple. Let's start with the thing that most people underestimate, dust. Wood dust isn't just messy, it's harmful. Fine particles from sanding, routing or cutting can irritate your lungs, trigger allergies, and with long-term exposure cause serious respiratory issues. Let's talk about vacuums, because not all of them are built for workshop dust. If you're using a domestic vacuum cleaner to clean up after woodworking, then stop. It's not designed for fine dust, and it can clog quickly, leak particles, and even pose a fire risk if the motor overheats. In the workshop, we use vacuums rated by dust class L, M and H. L class is entry level. It's suitable for low risk dust like most softwood or general debris. It'll catch most of the visible dust, but it won't trap the really fine particles that can damage your lungs. M class is the standard for woodworking. It's designed to handle medium risk dust, including hardwoods, MDF and paint particles. It has better filtration, automatic filter cleaning, and a warning system if suction drops. If you're sanding or routing, this is the minimum you should be using. And H class is for high risk dust, things like lead, asbestos or silica. It's overkill for most woodworking, but it's essential in specialist environments. It has the highest filtration standards and is built to contain the hazardous particles safely for disposal. Now, some woods do contain silica, and if you're working a lot with those, then perhaps you should really consider H class. So if you're serious about your health, step up from a domestic vac. M class is the sweet spot for most woodworkers. It's about keeping your lungs clear and your workshop safe. And if you still find yourself sanding or cutting without extraction, wear a good quality mask, not a loose paper one, but something that actually seals. Then clean up safely once you're finished with an appropriate shop vac. You only get one set of lungs, protect them. Next up is PPE, personal protective equipment. Eye protection, for example, it's non-negotiable. Wood chips, splinters, even a snapped drill bit, they all travel faster than you can blink and can cause serious injury to your eyes. Hearing protection is just as important. Power tools don't seem loud in the moment, but long-term hearing loss creeps up quietly. Ear defenders or earplugs keep you working comfortably for years into the future. And gloves. Use them with care. They're great for handling rough timber, but never wear them near spinning blades or drill bits. Loose material and rotating tools do not mix. Every tool in your workshop is designed to do a job efficiently, but only if you use it the way it was intended. Keep blades sharp. A dull blade forces you to push harder, and that's when slips happen. Check guards and fences. They're not there to annoy you, they're there to keep your hands out of the danger zone. And always think about your stance and your line of cut. If something kicks back, where's it going to go? Where are you going? Slow, deliberate movements beat speed every time. A tidy workshop isn't about aesthetics, it's about safety. Offcuts on the floor become trip hazards. A cluttered bench encourages improvisation. Poor lighting hides mistakes. Make sure your workpiece is clamped or supported properly. If it's wobbling, twisting or fighting you, stop and fix the setup. The tool should never be competing with the material. Finally, a quick word on finishes and glues. Oils, solvents and adhesives all come with their own hazards. Read the labels, ventilate the space, and be aware that some oil-soaked rags can self-ignite if they're scrunched up and left in a pile. I'm sure you've heard it. Well, it's rare, but it does happen. Lay them out flat to dry or store them in a metal container. It's a tiny habit that prevents a workshop fire. Woodworking is one of the most rewarding things I've done and that you can do, but only if you look after yourself while you're doing it. None of these precautions are complicated. They're just good habits that keep you safe, keep you healthy, and keep you creating for years to come. Now, if you found this useful, give it a like and let me know in the comments what safety habits you swear by in your workshop. Cheerio.